Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with the Timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Eight of Wands and Four of Cups. I'm seeing something come your way here. Okay, I'm seeing this definitely be like a happy thing. This can be somebody coming towards you. I'm seeing the Four of Cups be connected with what's looking like an Ace of Cups. So whatever this is that's coming in your direction, this Four of Cups is one that actually looks happy to be receiving what this is that's coming through, and I feel like that's being confirmed by the Ten of Cups that we're seeing here. So whatever this is that's coming in your direction, Four of Cups can be sort of sitting in a space where, at least the way that this card is coming across, it's feeling like sitting there being like, I recognize what's in front of me. I don't feel like particularly stimulated maybe by what's in front of me. However, this thing that's coming through, I do feel excited about that. So maybe you feel just like medium about whatever it is that you have going on. But whatever this is that's moving towards you now, you can be like looking forward to this because it feels like you're sort of seeing it coming. Like, see how this character, their eyes are like over here, but also in this direction. So it feels like what this is that's coming towards you, you could be sort of expecting this, and this would be something that you'd feel happy about. We have Ton of Cups here. So this can be, it's like something that you can connect with, something that you feel within you. It's like resonating with something within you. I'm seeing this all feel like a very happy thing. Having Eight of Wands means that if this hasn't arrived, that it will be arriving soon. There's like a speed. This also means too that it's definitely going to be coming your way. Eight of Wands is like as sure as we can be that something is going to move in the direction that it's moving in. This is something that's going to be moving towards you, and I'm seeing you definitely feel happy with what this is. Definitely. It looks like it's also going to be a chance for you to engage. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. This can be you having a conversation with somebody that you find to be like mentally stimulating, intellectually stimulating. You can be like revealing things to yourself. But this is definitely an activation of your air energy here. It looks too like there's something that's being processed as well. Having Queen of Swords, having Page of Swords, and then also having Seven of Cups be here too. Queen of Swords is you being in a space where you're present to what's presenting itself to you. So there's an awareness, there is like a willingness to be mentally engaged. And having Page of Swords can be a conversation or like a situation where you're understanding things, where there's a sense of comprehension, where there's a sense of curiosity, where it sort of like lends itself to an environment where there's some type of learning that's happening, there's some type of acquiring that's happening. And it can also be happening at a time where you're sorting something out that doesn't feel like it's completely clear yet, and maybe that's the motivation for talking about this or to having this experience. It's to make sense of something that you are in the process of making sense of. So I'm seeing a situation where there can be like a lack of clarity, or there's something going on that it just feels like you're sorting through something here. So whatever this is, this like conversation or situation, it feels like it's going to help you like organize things or make sense of things to get a better feel for what's going on. Now I'm seeing Five of Wands and I'm seeing Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about connecting, but Five of Wands can be there being like a conflict with that. So it can be like there's an attitude of conflict going into something. You could also feel too like something needs to be sorted out in order to allow something to happen, because Three of Cups is going to be a place where you're going to be able to connect. It's an opportunity where you're going to get to connect, and it feels like whatever this is that's coming through for you, this is something that you would look forward to because you'd get to connect. But there's also something too about the pace that you can feel like something needs to be worked out about that, because I'm seeing the Eight of Wands connect with Five of Wands, so that can mean that something is coming through, but other things need to be tended to and worked out in order for you to take this on. Meaning, let's say that you're invited somewhere, okay? So you're getting Four of Cups. Something is coming through and being like, hey, do you want to connect with me? Hey, do you want to go there? Do you want to do this? I'm also seeing Three of Cups here too. So this would be like, it could be a party, it could be an event, it could be somebody wanting to hang out with you, someone wants to go to the beach, like whatever this is that's coming through. I'm seeing you be in a spot where it's like happy to receive this and thinking about like, man, that would be something fun to do. But having Eight of Wands and having Five of Wands, you could feel like there's also other stuff that's going on that could potentially conflict with this. It can be connected with like where you're going or what you're trying to do or where a lot of your energy is going towards, and you may need to work something out in order to be able to sort of accept this opportunity that's coming through. It's feeling like a message or an invitation, something like that. That's the vibe that I'm getting off of this Four of Cups. I think that this would be something like nurturing for you emotionally. Like put you in touch with that part of yourself where you can connect with things that feel precious to you, things that matter to you. I'm wondering too, was something could have been going on. I don't know if it has to do with this thing that you're sort of potentially going to be involved in here. I don't know if it has to do with maybe like people within that setting or something within that setting, or it's something on the outside. But I definitely am seeing like a conflict that has to be addressed, that has to be worked out, that then is going to allow you to connect. But before that, you may have not been able to because something needed to be worked out, something needed to be figured out. Could have even been like a conflict of interest or like a conflict of like obligation. It could be like what you're doing versus what you want to do, or what you were going to do versus what you want to do, like those types of things. Just feels like a rearranging that needed to happen, because like you wanted to go a certain way, and then you could have had something popping up like you can't go that way for some reason, but you just needed to address it in order to keep continuing to go that way. Like something that I get this vibe of like you're traveling down a road and there's like a log across the whole road, and so you have to like pick it up and move it so you can keep going. Something like that just needs to be addressed. Like you're still going to be able to go where you're going, just something had to be worked out first. But it could have been something where it felt like inconvenient, or it felt annoying, or you felt like you had to change something or like remix something or move things around, like that type of thing, because it would have been sort of stopping something that you wanted to do. And I'm seeing with this Eight of Wands, this is you going in a direction where it can feel liberating, it can feel exciting, those types of things. So whatever could have been potentially like getting in the way or stopping it, as much as you see the vibe off of this card, it's like something that you don't necessarily like want to face, but it was necessary because it was getting in the way of something, like that type of thing. But then I'm seeing that once that's done, you have the Three of Cups, so there's that sense of connection, and then you have Queen of Cups here too, which is you like really feeling like you can be emotionally present, emotionally involved in what's going on, and feel like you're getting back in touch with that part of yourself that may have been looking for this connection, opportunity. I'm also seeing stuff going on that has to do with like self-care in general. the things that you're nurturing. Because maybe that's sort of what this was about as well. Like having Queen of Swords and having Queen of Pentacles, there can be things that have been coming up where it's the part of you that is like logically working things out may have needed to reflect on this situation and be like, what do I actually need? What's going to be helpful versus what do I not need to be doing, or what's necessary, like those types of things. But we have 3 out of the 4 queens here. So this feels like it has to do with you and what you are doing, like in response to things that are sort of cropping up within your environment. Because I'm seeing something come through that there's like a curiosity about this, but there can also be mixed feelings about it too. So something can be coming through for you and you can be in a spot where you're like, I want to know more about this. I'm curious about it. I'm open to it. But I also have mixed feelings that I'm sorting through that could conflict with me being present to that. So let's say you get invited somewhere, right? And you may be curious, you may want to go, or you may want to participate in that thing, like it's available to you. But there can also be like mixed feelings about it that have to be addressed in order for you to allow yourself to actually be present to that, to engage. And because we have the Queen of Cups here, this can be something where you're like, if I show up, I'm gonna have to be like vulnerable in order to connect, or I'll have to be open in order to connect. So there could have been some sort of debate of like, do I want to do that? Am I okay with doing that? Do I feel like I'm working things out and addressing things in a way that's going to be conducive to being able to connect in that way that I want to? And then also too, having Queen of Pentacles and 4 of Swords, there can be a lot of stuff that you feel like you're focused on right now that has to do with your self-care, nurturing the things that matter to you, the things that are important to you, spending time with loved ones, or doing things that you care about, that type of stuff, like nurturing your inner world. And it feels too with 4 of Swords, doing things that are allowing you to mentally feel like calm, or mentally feel centered, or to not feel like there's a bunch of like ruckus going on. With 4 of Swords and Queen of Pentacles, this is you being in a space where you're like, I don't want to be doing things that are draining to me. And that may be part of like how you're making certain decisions that you're making for right now. Because you could feel like it's a time that is meant to be nourishing for you currently. So you can be checking in with the situations that are available to you and asking if that's really something that is going to provide that for you. The 7 of Cups being connected with 5 of Swords, this can mean that the like conflict that you experience, or the mixed feelings that you experience, could be coming from a part of you that feels like you need to be on guard. So you can feel like this thing that's moving towards you. I don't know if it's feeling like it's moving too quickly. With the 8 of Wands, having like the response, because we start with 8 of Wands, we end with 5 of Swords. Having these 2 cards connect with one another, you can feel like something's coming towards you and be questioning, like, do I need to be on guard or do I not need to be on guard? And 5 of Wands is that part of you that feels a sense of conflict, and then 7 of Cups is that part of you that's like emotionally trying to figure out like what's happening, what's going on, why am I feeling this way, why am I not feeling that way, like what does this all mean, those types of things. Listen to the way that you feel when something comes through, because I feel like there's a sort of strategy to break this down. When something initially comes through, there's a feeling of like being happy about it, or being interested in it, being excited, like a welcoming feeling. Then I'm seeing there be mixed feelings that pop up where it feels like gathering more information, asking important questions, and being like curious about the process is going to help you come to a space where there's a sense of resolution. there had been a feeling of conflict that was associated with you emotionally engaging in something, and you could have been trying to figure out like whether or not that would be a safe space for you to do that, or whether or not you could be vulnerable or like let yourself be in that space where the cups really feel like the most vulnerable space to be in, the way that I'm reading this. And so you could feel emotionally like if you took this on, it would be putting you in a very vulnerable position emotionally. And then it feels like over here is working that out of like, what do I need to do for myself? Is this something that's going to be conducive to like nurturing myself and my inner world? Some of you also has to do with interpersonal relationships. And then also being in a space where it feels like you're doing what you need to center yourself in order to sort of like face mentally what's popping up for you, and then figuring out what you want to do about this. And on the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Two of Cups, which is about like bringing things together. And I also see Two of Cups as being like a state of transparency with yourself that allows all the pieces of you to come together in a cohesive way. Like Two of Cups I see as being like ultimate integration of things. And so it feels like that's what's going to be happening. That may be what's motivating you. And you're also going to feel like at the end of this, as you work through it, that it is bringing things together, things that belong together. So that's what I'm seeing going on here. We are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.